you wanted the best, you've got the best podcast, the hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
Hi, folks. It's Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com. There you go. When the Our Lady sings it, that makes it official, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the big show. We certainly appreciate you guys being here. As always, thanks for being a part of the Chris Voss Show. You know, we bring you all the greatest stuff, as you know, on the Chris Voss Show. The billionaires, the CEOs, White House presidential advisors, governors, Congress members, U.S. ambassadors, astronauts, Pulitzer Prize winners, the most brightest people, the people that are creating and making the world in new and different ways, and of course, educating our audience on everything that goes on there. Coming up this next week or two, we'll be covering different companies that are appearing at CES Show in Las Vegas for CES Show 2024. In fact, we'll have our good friend Gary Shapiro, who's the head of CTA, who puts on the CES Show, making his annual appearance on the Chris Voss Show, I think on the 4th. Yeah. And then the 4th, we'll have Gary on. So kind of have a ritual with Gary where he shows up every year and tells us what's going to happen at CES. But we have an amazing company we're featuring today that's going to be at CES called Bulma. And they're going to be talking to us about what they do. Bulma Solution. And they're a flagship product of a Paris-based VII Innovations, a subsidiary of Group VII Origin, focused on crafting tomorrow's technological innovations by anticipating and analyzing current challenges for human resource managers and directors. They're designed to address 21st century HR issues and scenarios for the next 25 years. And their response is a unique, comprehensive rating system that enhances the social capital of global enterprises. They're comprised of 5 applications intended to respond to any HR challenge, all of them embedded in what they call VIGR, a physical, real, assistant, intelligent, human resource robots. So there we go, folks. We're in the robot realm of AI and stuff. Welcome to the show. We've got several of you on the show. Let me have you each introduce yourself as we go around.
Okay, so I'm going to start with myself. I'm Nandini Doma. So I'm the artistic manager of Bulma Solution, and I'll be the one handling all the marketing and communication part throughout this project.
There you go. Welcome to the show. And who's our other two gentlemen?
Hello, I'm Nabil, assistant project manager of the Bulma Solution. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Ibrahima, and I'm a data scientist working on implementing and designing machine learning solutions for the Bulma Solution.
There you go.
So nice to be here.
Pleasure to have you as well. So we've got a full team here. We're the full Brady Bunch on YouTube if you guys are watching. So there's the story of anyway, I'll probably get sued if I sing the line. So guys, give us in your guys' words or in your spokesman's words here, 30,000 overview of what the company does and how you do it.
So what we're looking forward with Bulma Solution is to create a revolution that will be well integrated in personal and professional lifestyle. We are majorly targeting the HR department. For us, with the COVID landscape, there has been major issues that has come up. Quiet quitting, stabilizing annual turnover, management issues with remote working and all. So that's where we have been visionary as a company, because we have been thinking of Bulma Solution way before the COVID. And right now we are being able to bring it in a situation where it goes right in with this problem. So as we said, it comprises of 5 applications augmented by an AI that is like a review system that evaluates legal entities and individuals. So what we are aiming for is just not only to put a review on your employees, but also a review for the company, so that the company can also be marked. And for that, we call this the social capital for the employee and in its globality.
Now, you guys have something in one of your systems that you call a digital passport. Is that what the identity is based upon?
Yes. So the digital passport is mostly related on the e-reputation. If we go through the 5 applications, there is one application which is called Nest. Nest, what it does is that through its algorithm, it will look for all the candidates online presence, and then it will generate a passport that will be your e-reputation as a future candidate. And this will help the HR community to identify who exactly they are hiring, because right now we are all in blind hiring. So with knowing who you are online, we can anticipate what are going to be your future goal with us within the company.
Now, how do you identify those people? Are those just anywhere people out in the world, or are those targeted people that maybe are applying at the company?
It will be just people who are applying for the company. So the person send in their CV, we have the name, and we do the research. And it will be based only on information that are available online publicly. We're not going to through any personal data. We're only going through publicized data.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So this is basically artificial intelligence, AI, of course, that's going to do all this hunting down of information, finding it. So are you going to look at my, my Facebook and be like, hey, what's Chris Voss posting on Facebook? You're going to be looking maybe for other job positions or companies that I may have worked at, et cetera, like LinkedIn?
Yes. So basically, it will be depending on the person job position for which the person is applying. For instance, if we are hiring a social media manager, it is essential that the person is engaged in social media. However, if we are hiring someone in developers, like tech developers, AI, they will be on another platform. Like Facebook will not be essential for him. So it will be just the other platform that will give the person a code. So he will have a coefficient. And by that coefficient, if the higher it is, the more we know that the person knows what he's doing within the field that he's working for.
Sounds like a credit score for my job history, basically, or my job agility. Maybe that's a better way to put it. That sounds pretty interesting. We've talked a lot on the show about how, people in the job market now, I'm unemployable, so I don't have to worry about it. I don't get along with people, evidently. That's what the HR department keeps telling me. But basically, you need to build your brand on places like LinkedIn if you're looking to get hired, or even if you're between jobs or you're leaving a job or maybe you're at a job, you need to be using your LinkedIn to show your knowledge, your reputational kind of knowledge and awareness and skill set, so that you can, if other people come along, headhunters and stuff will look at you and go, hey, this guy really knows his stuff, and he's shown on his LinkedIn post. That can make a difference. And then in hiring as well, where people go, if you got a LinkedIn profile that's got nothing going on it, like a lot of people do, it's just a placemat. And then you got somebody who's constantly talking about, maybe IT or artificial intelligence, or like you say, whatever their job thing is. I can see how this could be hugely beneficial in targeting and finding those people, or identifying them, I guess.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let me ask you this. Do you think this is better than just looking at resumes and calling references, and why? It seems obvious, but I think it's interesting to hear from you.
I think it's much better, because we will not be assessing people on their gender, ethnicity, colors, or any discrimination. Right now, what we're looking forward is just their professional background online. So basically, it's the first interview. It's before the first interview. The person hasn't done any test to be able to know, for the HR to know if they are for the society. So the e-reputation that he has online, knowing in what kind of conversation the person is engaging. If the person is looking forward to be a social media manager, is he engaging in new marketing strategies? Is he being up to date with new social media platforms? So right now, we're being able to assess the globality of the person's CVs. And then when he will come in the interview, the HR will kind of know where to focus on within the first interview. So this will be helping them to have a foresee of the person whom they're talking, rather than just someone who just wrote something in their CV. And many of the times, it's not really true that what's written on the CV.
There you go. Yeah, and maybe, identify some guy who's like, hey, I just stole a bunch of stuff out of the inventory office pantry. I hope they never find out. And like, they'll be like, yeah, we know why that guy got fired. So I can see this is really important because it would identify, you could go right to the top scores, right? Instead of having to go through 5 trillion, job applicants and the resumes that get sent to you. And probably, I think it's pretty much common knowledge that people lie a little bit or stretch the truth on their resumes. So this probably kind of cuts right to the heart of the cream of the top applicants, and maybe kind of identifies what they're really up to or going on.
Yes, because I think this will help them to. Actually, it goes both ways. If we see, like the e-reputation and the coefficient, it does not only work for the employee, but it's also work for the employer. So when we're talking of legal entities, what we're trying to say is that they also have a coefficient. For instance, we'll say Bulma Solution is marked 9, and this is our coefficient. So it will be based that these values the coefficient are based on universal values, social values that the company abides for. And that will help the future employee to know that when they are applying, they are having much more than just a good salary. So this is for them to know that you will be having more social benefits, more benefits that will be helping you for your personal life. And that will be based on each and every different companies who will be using the solution to be abiding by their rules. We are not imposing anything. It will be by your internal regulation, your internal values, and your internal objectives.
There you go. One of the things we've talked about recently, there's been a few authors we've had on, and we've talked about this for corporations, but one of the important things is building a good culture and values and different things like that in making sure that culture is cohesive, and you don't hire people that are, they're not going to work out, or they're going to have problems with that culture because maybe they're like me, they don't get along with others. And so I can see how this could be really valuable if you have that built into the system, targeting for values, because then you can match the culture you're looking to build and make sure you have a nice, healthy environment that works for everybody and in the way the leadership works. Yes,
it's really important.
And to be able to work on that, we have Big Spill. I think Ibrahim can talk about Big Spill, which abides by that.
There we go.
Yeah, because we're trying to build a dynamic platform that not only identifies the skills and the qualification on a candidate's resume, but that goes really beyond, delving into the nuances of cultural compatibility, communication styles, and the intangible elements that will help us really define what does win-win relationship mean. Because, for example, when I take the example of software engineering or data science applicants, it's not because you just succeeded in a technical test that you're really a good fit for the long-term needs of the employer. So it's important to see if you're gonna fit in a good team within the employer's company. If, for example, the work-life balance is suitable for you, if you really find yourself in the long run with the company that you are trying to go to.
So, is the prospective applicant aware of the score of the company, and they can be like, "Hey, here's my score, here's their score, and maybe we need to find a company with a better score," or is it?
Yes, it's a really quantifiable value, and an objective one that we can compute, for example, by making kind of ponderation, because from one company to another, they don't have the same values, they don't have the same technical requirements, they don't have the same cultural fits. So it's how can I say, it's a global computing platform, but that adapts to each company and to each industry.
I know a lot of Gen Zers, some millennials, they're interested in working at places where they seem like they feel like they have an impact or a change, or that the company is doing good things in the world, climate change, things of that nature. I know sometimes that's important. So I could see, this being a factor for like, hey, this is a company that more aligns with my values than maybe, if they don't, if you're going to work for, I don't know, big coal or something.
It's a really global platform because, for example, it can compute the same score for a person who is not that interested in climate change or environmental issues, and another one who is that interested. So we won't, for example, change the algorithm every time we switch industries. So that's why it's a good way to see what is the most suitable direction that you can give to a career.
There you go. And, probably give some feedback to an employee to let them know, if they need to improve their skills or something, like if your score is low, it's like, hey man, you got to work on your score.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have
so we're not only working on scores here, we're not working on your own scores here, because we have also supplements of Bulma Solution, which is like the Bulma Shed Watch, and the Human, I think Nabil can talk more about it since he has been working on that, because this is really the other values other than just the coefficient, the rating system that we are trying to bring forward in the work environment.
Mm-hmm. Sure. In fact, just to couple with whatever my colleagues just said, Bulma Solution is not a rating tool, but rather it manages a social capital, which is based on the e-reputation that you mentioned before, that we create the digital passport for global companies. In short, no boundary, because we don't know who is who. So just based on their skills, human qualities, so no discrimination, rather than questions where you come from, you are a man, woman, or whatever. That's why we say in 2025, every company shall have Bulma Solution. That will become a norm within the premises for all employees and employers. So everyone benefits from this cutting-edge technology thanks to AI. Now, like Nandini just said earlier, we have two bonuses. The Bulma Shed Watch. Shed is the acronym of security, health, efficiency, and danger. Yes, the post-COVID era has been marked by a change in the mentality and health in the company, whereby we do not have specific laws governing the well-being of remote workers. That's why we introduced the Bulma Shed Watch, where each and every employee wears it. It will be easier for the latter to get in touch with the emergency services. Thus, with Bulma Shed Watch, all employees are connected within the enterprise or externally, whether they are at home, they are somewhere on the road, or they are away to office, etc. And also we have Bulma Animals, like you mentioned. The COVID once again has changed the mindset and lifestyle of people, where the latter engage less in communication and spontaneity. That characterizes human beings. So people come at work with, a lot of problems, stress, inflation, etc. So to regain that corporate aspect of the company, we've come up with Bulma Animals, a concept where the employee will not feel lonely and will always be accompanied by a companion, communicate with the latter, but the company will eventually be a haven for the employee. Henceforth, we say, as usual, Bulma Solution is the answer to your current and future HR issues, maybe in the next 25 years, whereby the digital passport is your reputation coupled with that is a key for the next century.
Mm-hmm. And you guys are based in France, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, we are primarily based in France, but our team members is from all around the world, because, for instance, me and Nabil, we're from Mauritius, is from Senegal. We have people working from Algeria. So we have been incorporating worldwide people to be working on this solution to make sure that we are not discriminating against any people. We're just including them.
So it's looking more for what you're posting about your social network,
yes,
or your social expertise, as opposed to anything that might be discriminatory, of course, against the laws in some countries. So that's really interesting. AI playing a part, it really seems to be hitting its stride, with, Chat GPT and all these things. Anything you want to talk about that you see in the future of where AI is going, and maybe employment and HR departments?
So we've been seeing ways where AI has been going with ChatGPT and all, but we have been seeing something that it is being included, but within some time it is failing. For instance, we are having many companies who are filing like AI generated pictures. These pictures, like real artists, are not really adapting to these pictures, because we got to be real at some time. Artists are artists and AI are AI. So what we're trying to bring forward here is not an AI that will replace people. We are not working for that. What we're working for is an AI who will help people within their work. So the HR will not be replaced, neither by the robot, neither by Bulma Solution. What we're looking forward is that the AI will help them within the tedious task, so that like rather than filing an Excel chart to be managing the person present or absent, like that will leave to the AI to be doing. The person, like the HR, will be compensating only its time for the people management in the company. So that the person can be having like one-to-one situation, because what we're aiming for is like a company for more than 1,000 employees. And what we're trying with Bulma is like all the thousands employees in the company are able to reach a top of their career, regardless of their job position, like regardless of their current job position. They can start like way bottom, but reach like really up in their career. So we are trying to use AI to create a new workspace that help people to get to know people. Because with COVID, remote workers, spontaneity has been reduced in people. Like we're not engaging with people, and less and less people are going to work. They are not being on site. So the HR, like they get to talk to the person only during the interviews or when there's an issue. And we want to reduce that. What we are trying to bring in is like a human-to-human conversation with the HR. The person is knowing who they're talking to, not only the HR, like the management, the team leader. The team leader knows, like team leaders handling like 50 people. They know each and every 50 people, and each one feels valued. So that's what we're trying to bring forward.
And
Thank you. We put people first. What exactly?
It's interesting, but like my colleague pointed it out, but in AI, we always have a human in the loop, because the algorithms are instructed by humans. So the human, which is the HR in this use case, knows what are the specificities of their work. So they are here. We need them even to build data sets to train AI algorithms. So the AI is just a tool to assist them, but it's not intended to replace or take over HR's job.
There you go. Do we have everyone chimed in? I think someone else had an answer they want to throw in. We get everybody? There we go. So give us the final pitch out on how they can onboard with you. I see there's a demonstration tab on your site. And what booth, where are you guys going to be located at CES so people can come by and visit?
So we'll be at the booth stand number. Sorry.
64904.
64904.
Oh, 4. Okay, there we go.
64904.
There we go. You guys are going to be down in the area there where all the French companies are?
Yes, we will be where all the French companies will be on, and we will be having Vidya with us on site. So you will have like a hands-on experience with the application, but also with our robot. You will be able to communicate and a real experience with our robot.
Awesome. And then people can request by going to your website at bulma-solution.com. They can go request a demonstration, talk to you guys there, and reach out to you as well.
Yes, absolutely. The contact page on our website is working. You just need to fill in the form, and we'll get to you in 24 to 48 hours.
There you go. Bulma Solution, AIRH, the Intelligent Human Services Assistant. I can see how this can really change and adapt for that whole thing. And pretty much any HR department in the world is your potential client. Is that correct?
Yes, we are aiming for any HR department.
There you go.
No boundary.
No boundaries. There you go. It's a wide world. AI is everywhere now. So thanks for coming on, guys. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much for being a part of the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, and have a great CES show, as they always say. Thanks, Ron, for tuning in. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, and all those places around the internet. And watch for our further continuing coverage of CES 2024. I can't believe it's 2024 already. Thanks for tuning in. Be good to each other. Stay safe. We'll see you guys next time.